Hey, so I decided to do something, follow up of the other day's video, and thought I would do what I was telling you about and do a little time lapse or day by day of the chicken of the woods maturing. And I thought since I'm doing that and I left these little bitty lion's manes over here, maybe I'd just kind of do that with them to see how much they grow per day. So that's what I'm going to do in this video. So, not much to talk about with the little lion's manes. Put my thumb up here so you can see. They did grow, but they're pretty small anyway, but there you go. So I'll go, hopefully by the time the chicken is mature, the little hairs or whatever you want to call them on the lion's mane will be hanging down. Okay, so this is day 2 that I've been here, that these 2 chickens are growing. And they have grown a little in size, but the main thing I see is a change in color. So you can see the color, it's getting a little more orangey and starting to take some shape, like the little leaflets are coming along. So same thing over here. This one's probably going to be a little bigger, but a little more color and a little more shape. Still pretty wild looking. And see little leaflets or lobes or whatever you want to call it coming out. Just to give you an idea, there's my hand. There's that. And what you hear is the geese flying. I don't know if you can see it, but a lot of geese. So it's day 4 now. I had to skip day 3 because I couldn't come on the property. But again, day 4, show you what I've got going with both mushrooms. So the little lion's mane, there's where I cut that one. And this one that I didn't think was going to do much, still really small, but it's coming out big enough that it'll probably be big enough to eat. So I'm going to wait till the little hairs get long enough and start hanging down, and this may make a nice edible after all. So got a lot more color on these today, and orange is coming out, you can see, but the white edges are really starting to show, and the little leaflets are starting to form up pretty nice. But still got a ways to go. I don't know how well it's going to do. It's awful rough looking, but there's not any worm damage. I think it's just growing slower because it is cooler. And the other one, definitely getting oranger. It's really shaped. Still not got real defined shape to it, but you can start to see what it's trying to do. There's some worm holes, so that may not be a good sign on this one. Okay, so I had to skip another day like before. I think that puts us on day 6, and I'm running out of daylight, so I almost had to skip the day. Let's go see what's up. Okay, looks like we're doing something now. So now you can see what's going on. So here's the deal. Y'all are learning why I'm learning if you didn't already know this. I didn't think that these would get any bigger or much bigger to be worth anything, and that's why I went ahead, and I've always done this, is cut the little smaller ones off, which usually I can't find the log, so it don't matter. Like if I find it out in the middle of a big acreage of woods, the chances of me finding that log again are pretty slim. But this is not the case with this one, so Let me get close up and show you what I'm talking about here. So, like I said before, a lot of growth and size, but as far as the lion's mane itself, I can tell just by looking at the color and the way that the little hair-like things are, that this mushroom is probably it's still growing. So I'm thinking the way it's going and these have gotten this much bigger, that I may get a pretty hefty lion's mane off of this. So I had planned on cutting this today, but I'm gonna hold off now. And back to the chickens. So definitely getting orange, but not a lot of growth in size. But you see my hand, it has grown some. And I'm not noticing the little white fringes around the outside of the mushroom. So I'm not really sure on what I want to do about harvesting, but I know that I'm coming back for the lion's mane. So probably gonna leave it. And this guy here, the way it's not really taking on the shape still, and I'm not sure how much it will, but I think it's still got some growing to do. I'm pretty sure it does, but I don't really want it getting real eat up with bugs. And you can see my hand, so from the previous shots I showed you, it is growing. But something interesting is over here, somewhere right here. I noticed this as I came in walking. There's another one popping up, and so these are supposed to be saprophytic / parasitic mushrooms growing off of wood. And so I don't see any wood here, but I'm assuming that it may be parasitizing this oak tree. But yeah, there's another one, and I don't know, kind of want to look around, but I'm afraid to step and see if I can find any more. So I'm gonna make a call. I don't really need any mushrooms. I've got a refrigerator full of them, and I'm gonna have to get going to get them cooked up and eat. So I really want to see what's up with this, and it's something that I want to share with y'all. And the fact that I found that third guy over there makes it worth waiting on, because I've got to come back anyway for the lion's mane. So yeah, let's see what happens in a day or two. It is day 8, and I'm thinking this may be the day for at least one of the mushrooms. So almost to the lion's manes here. I can see it's got noticeably bigger. Let's see if it's what I want. All right, you can see that the hairs are starting to grow out, and some of these, like that guy right there, I'm calling them 3 separate mushrooms here. It's the same thing, but this one is pretty much baseball size, and I want to get it out, but I want to see how much more this thing grows. And since we're this far along, let's just leave it. But I'm really impressed with this. Check out the bottom side of it if I can get a good shot for you. I don't know how good that is, but it'll give you a little more idea about the hairs. So now back to the chickens. So I'm not exactly sure what's up with the chickens here. The color is starting to fade on them. They're not growing that much. And honestly, this late in the season, I'm thinking that the growing conditions probably not all that ideal for chicken of the woods, because I didn't expect to find them here this time of year anyway. So, okay, so I'm gonna cut these. I think that they're going downhill. They're not gonna get any better. and I don't want to lose them. And the third one over there, it's just not really shaping up that much. So it's just a good example. Every year you got different conditions and all that. Last year I got some phenomenal ones here, and I expected to do the same this time, and I should have known better. Every year is a little different, just like with growing crops. You have bumper years for say corn, and the next year it don't do as well and something else has each year. So kind of how it goes, I think. And this is later in the season than I expected to find them, so I'll shut up and get off here. Let's cut them. I'm still pleased with it. I got a new knife, by the way, a smaller one. These are pretty cheap knives, but they're good knives. And yeah, I bought another one. The other one, big one's starting to get dull, and I wanted a smaller one to use. Check this out. There's a sawbriar vine, and it's growing straight through, or the mushroom grew straight over that. So let's get rid of that. Same thing here. Got a lot of leaves where it just growed. The thing grew straight through it, so gonna be quite a bit of cleanup, but I'm pleased with that. It's day 10. I've done cut the chicken. Now I've got to make a decision about cutting this. So definitely grown. Like I said, it's baseball size. Don't know how much it's grown from the last time, but I do see little hairs developing more. I do think that the hairs and stuff will get a lot bigger, but this is a really nice stage to cut it, and I don't want it getting all soggy. So I guess I'm cutting you guys short a little on this, but still 10 days, tremendous amount of growth from something that size. Like you saw, that one is actually smaller. And yeah, just a really pretty mushroom, and this is probably where the flavor is the best, because I can see this starting to turn yellow, and when it gets waterlogged it's just harder to cook. So let's cut it. I've noticed on some of these other videos, as I went back and edited them, that when I harvest I waste a lot of mushrooms, and I'm surprised that you guys haven't got on to me about it. So I'm going to try to be more careful. It's one reason I got the sharper knife. But this thing feels really firm. It's not so wet and soggy. Really great texture. Probably going to take this back and cook it for my family, just so they can see what's up with it. And there you go. It's not that early. I'm actually pleased with this. I think this is perfect, but there you go. Well, it's like everything that I do with mushroom hunting, nothing ever turns out like what I thought it would. When I started making this video, I don't know if you guys seen the previous mushroom hunting video, but I didn't expect the lion's mane to really do anything. I didn't think it would be big enough to eat. I mainly wanted to make the video about the chicken of the woods, which, as it turns out, really wasn't that impressive. The ones that I made last year of that same area, I think were a lot better. But this one, I didn't think would be worth anything. And as I started watching it, and luckily I filmed it, because I wasn't even going to film it, and I thought, what the heck, it'll be cool to watch them mature out. Now I'm really glad that I did. Really amazed at how big this got. This is not nowhere near the biggest lion's mane that I've found, but I've never really sat and watched one grow like I have with this. And when going back and watching the videos where they're only a few seconds apart, it's pretty amazing how these things do. I wish I had the equipment. Maybe one of these days I will, where I find something like a chicken or a lion's mane, one of these mushrooms that take a long time to grow, and do an actual time lapse, like in place, where you see it come out like that over several days, but have it, you know, like in a 2-minute clip or something. But I don't have that equipment, but maybe somebody out there has already done it. If not, I think it's a cool idea. But yeah, I'm gonna take this guy. I think this is an excellent specimen. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. Maybe you got to be a little bit of a mushroom nerd to get into that, but if you are, that's my kind of people. You're my kind of people. Anyway, I'll shut up and get off here. I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all be good. Bye.